Um, when we talk about psychotherapy, all these instruments, all these tools, it's just a way to get to the point. But as you probably know, that the main source of healing in psychotherapy is relationship. This is the main source of change. So until there is no strong, trustful, and secure relationship, you should not use any specific tools. You should create a relationship. So in this sense, all these instruments are used to get a better picture of what is happening within life of this person. Because before you're going to change anything, you better be aware what you're going to change for what. So another aspect of any kind of psychotherapy is raising our awareness. We basically do not change anything. We help our client to understand what is going on and make set of right choices. This is why, as a helper, we are there, right? So, in this sense, positive psychotherapy focuses on capacities and resources that you should develop and maintain in yourself and give you a more active position in order to create a better life. Let's say if person gets diabetes, if you look at the modern treatment that is offered by medicine, you could notice that it's mostly about what you eat and how you move. But patient still stays in a very passive position. Nothing really changes. You go, you take your insulin, you look after your meals and count the calories, but the the manners of your life, the style of life is still the same, and this must be changed. You should think, well, do I really know what I want? What kind of relationship do I want? Am I able to enjoy life? Because the people with diabetes have some difficulties to experience joy and happiness. So, do I really enjoy what I have? In order to have more joy in my life, what should I change? Who may help me with this? Because of course the body part is important, but we can take care of all four dimensions, and what is more important thing, the put client in a more active position. Okay, and the last thing here, um, we use a 5-step strategy in the positive psychotherapy that helps us to process this work, helps us to organize the steps that we um, make in order to bring changes, positive changes. Basically, this is a concept where the stages represent different qualities and different accents. Let's say observation means we are more listening and creating an atmosphere where client is able to share what is painful, what is bringing you in suffer. Make an inventory means we're trying to clarify the picture that we get from the first stage. So after we listen for a while, we try to ask precise questions and in a way color these white stains. We try to ask questions about the domains of life which were not clearly presented by the client. The third stage, situational encouragement, means that we try to see the resources of the client that already used. We try to see what qualities and capacities are there and client is able to rely on them. It helps us to see what qualities are not used, but at this stage, we try to activate these resources. We try to, let's say, use medication if it's needed. We could send our client to another specialist. We could invite the family members to help to deal with the difficult situation, and so on. verbalization. This stage we try to bring into conscious everything that we found out, because verbalization, this is a process where we put in words our experience. Basically, if it's not can be verbalized, it's unconscious. Well, of course, it's a simple idea, but anyway, during this stage, we try to help our client to use this knowledge in terms that helps to verbalize exactly what you're suffering from, what you're experiencing, in order to your conflict partner to understand what you're going through. And the five stage broadening the goals means what would you do if you would solve this problem? What next step would you take? What should happen in your life in order to experience this progress? We try to help our client every session gain something new that you never had before. Remember, I started with this. If you want to have something you have never had before, you have to do something you never did before. And this is basically what positive psychotherapy is about. The main motto, the main concept of positive psychotherapy sounds like this. The healthy person is not who is free of problems, but the one who can deal with them. Isn't it good? Sometimes people are overwhelmed with idea that they have problem. So in this context, it's not that much important what kind of problem you have. It's much more important how you deal with it. Well, friends, I think this is the main thing that I would like to share with you. And I would be happy to go back to some of your questions, and we could spend some more time together answering these questions. Let me see. Okay. Could positive psychotherapy be regarded as an integrational model of existing therapeutic modalities, like analytic, humanistic, transpersonal, cognitive? Does it draw on this, or its complete method in itself? Thank you, Brian, for your question. It's very good. Well, I personally believe that all truth on a certain level overlap. It means one truth is not contradictory to another. Of course, all these methods, all different methods, they use some ideas and concepts that were quite new at this stage of foundation of the method. Well, in this sense, positive psychotherapy has its independent theory, which still use the same knowledge. And if you could see from my presentation, we have this meta model, this like integrative model that incorporates 4 dimensions of life that in some sense could be experienced in different accent of other methods. Well, and as you mentioned these different methods, you could see that existential approach, it's about dimension of meaning, of future, of worldview. Cognitive, that's more about understanding and taking interpretation about what's happening with me. Do I really understand what am I doing? Do I know my patterns? Humanistic, we believe in capacities. We believe that you can develop these capacities forever, right? So in this sense, it could be called as integrative methods, but it was created by one person. So in this sense, I think that's independent method, and it is registered as independent method with quite unique concepts, because some of the concepts that Pizeshkian brought up are very new. Let's say these 4 dimensions of life, 4 sorts of relationship. I didn't mention it here because it's just not possible within 1 hour to share everything once. Did I answer, Brian? All right, friends. Any other questions? Yeah, I know that there are some interruptions with during that talk. I'm sorry for that, but unfortunately, this is the reality. Let's do our best and see what we get. All right, friends. When will I come to Albania? Well, Adela, thank you for your question. I would love to. As soon as you invite me, I will come. You know, friends, I really miss you all. Some of you I know very well. And thanks for these technologies. I think this is just the first webinar for English-speaking friends. I'm gonna continue this, and we go into specific details. We're gonna go through some specific subjects on positive psychotherapy and some other subjects of just psychotherapy, like transference, dealing with transference, psychotherapeutic contract, dealing with resistance, psychosomatic issue, and so on. So I would ask you to subscribe for emailing list, and then you would never miss whatever I would find interesting. Yes, thank you, Brian. John, do you find times goes on or issues go down to love meeting for fulfillment? Well, it looks, John, like I need more time to understand your question. Well, John, really, I do not fully understand your question. I know your sense of humor, so I'm pretty sure you're laughing at me now. Thank you for that. Yeah, you have always time for me. Thank you all for your support. And I will show you some to keep in mind. Yeah, please write down my email and visit this website, www.cpprussia.ru, and there in the main page you would see a big button telling subscribe. So if you do this, you will always get emails about any new project, and it goes automatically, so you never miss anything. This is, I would really encourage you. And I've opened a channel on YouTube. Sorry for China, but if you have access to YouTube, you could find some of my video short presentation about different aspects. So you might find it also interesting. Okay, friends, thank you very, very much for your kind and active participation. See you in future. Bye-bye.